Good afternoon, Mr. Speaker.
Good afternoon, sir.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Through you, Madam Speaker, just a few questions for clarification to the proponent of the bill as amended.
You may proceed.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Through you, Madam Speaker, when we talk about this 25 years, we have talked about one municipality, maybe in another town, in a different municipality. I've heard this conversation that we've just had. Through you, Madam Speaker, will there be a credit towards this 25 years if there's interruption? Let's say the firefighter had volunteered for X number of years, 15 years, and then for whatever be the reason, took a break for a couple of years and then came back again. So would that interruption, would the clock start all over again, Madam Speaker, or would it go towards that credit? Through you, Madam Speaker.
Representative Orange.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and through you to the good Dr. Representative Srinivasan. It once again would be to the discretion of the municipality.
Representative Srinivasan.
Through you, Madam Speaker, so each municipality could then decide as to what they would want to do as far as this interrupted voluntary service is concerned. Through you, Madam Speaker.
Representative Orange.
Thank you. Through you, Madam Speaker, yes, because it is difficult to recruit and retain volunteer fire departments, which save many of our small municipalities a lot of money.
Representative Srinivasan.
Through you, Madam Speaker, would this reduction in the property taxes we are talking about here, through you, Madam Speaker, would it be at the discretion of the municipality if they want to continue that even after this voluntary firefighter has deceased? Through you, Madam Speaker.
Representative Orange.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Another good question, Representative Srinivasan. This does not address if a person has been deceased. The underlying statute does not address a deceased firefighter, EMS, or fire police either. So it would be my assumption that it would be discontinued if the person were deceased.
Representative Srinivasan.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. And my final question through you, Madam Speaker, is do we have any fiscal component as to what impact it would have from a revenue as far as a municipality is concerned? Through you, Madam Speaker.
Representative Orange.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. There is no real impact to the municipality because if the municipality chooses to use this to recruit and retain volunteer firefighters, it's costing a lot less than having a paid department. And it would cost the municipality money if they chose to do this. But it's up to the municipality, let me be clear. It is not a mandate on a municipality. It's to their discretion whether they do this or not. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Representative Srinivasan.
Through you, Madam Speaker, it is my understanding with our conversation with the good representative here that the actual dollar amount to a municipality is kind of unknown here because on the one hand, you're giving a rebate, but on the other hand, you are not needing to hire a full-time or a paid firefighter. So one could balance off the other, but there's uncertainty as to what is the monies coming in through the property tax and what is the money that would be spent as far as hiring these voluntary firefighters who are no longer voluntary. Through you, Madam Speaker.
Representative Orange.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. That is correct, and once again, it is up to the discretion of the municipality.
Representative Srinivasan.
Through you, Madam Speaker, my final question to the good proponent of the bill as amended. If most of what we are doing here, if not all, is not a mandate, as a good representative has said, is at the discretion of the municipality to be able to do this, to offer that. Through you, Madam Speaker, if it is at the discretion of the municipality, and as I said, is not a mandate, which is wonderful, we do not want to give any more mandates to our municipalities. Through you, Madam Speaker, what is the need for this legislation, and what prohibits a municipality from doing this already if they choose to do so? Through you, Madam Speaker.
Representative Orange.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. That's another very good question, Representative Srinivasan. And this was initiated in 1999 for current service volunteer firefighters, EMS, fire police. And then in 2002, it was determined that there were other people eligible for this. And once again, in 2004, we added more volunteers to this abatement. What we're doing here in the bill now is allowing to further compensate someone for serving those 25 years or keeping them in the volunteer service to make 25 years. It's another incentive.
Representative Srinivasan.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. This bill, as amended, has great intentions. Nobody can argue about that. I mean, if somebody is given 25 years of their service as a voluntary service, for them to get some form of a tax relief is something which all of us would say is a fair thing, is a fair return for the volunteers that have given 25 years of their service. And at the same time, it is not a mandate to the municipality. It is the choice of the municipality to exercise this particular bill if this were to become law down the line. But my concern, Madam Speaker, is though this bill is well intended and does all the right things in terms of not having a mandate, my concern is that through you, Madam Speaker, if a municipality offers this and the adjacent town, let's say, for example, Glastonbury does not offer, but East Hartford does, or Manchester does, adjacent towns to me, through you, Madam Speaker, my concern is, and maybe the good representative can respond to that if she chooses to do so, my concern is, will we be diverting these voluntary firefighters from one municipality into another, because it's not a mandate, it's a may, it's not a shall, and would we be disrupting the services? Through you, Madam Speaker.
Representative Orange.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Through you to the good representative, no, I don't think so, because the town that they're leaving to volunteer and the town that they're going to receive an abatement in, if they continue to live in Glastonbury and serve in Marlborough, say, the town in which they live in doesn't give the abatement, so I don't see where there would be movement like that. And basically, you know, when someone volunteers their time, whether it be a volunteer firefighter or any other type of volunteer, it's usually a passion that they have, public service that they want to fulfill. So I don't think you would lose your Glastonbury firefighters to another town.
Representative Srinivasan.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. You know, for what the firefighters do for us, for each of our towns, any firefighter, whether they are paid or voluntary, risking their lives day in and day out for us on a daily basis, unfortunately, I think this non-mandated request of our municipalities, to me, is very fair, and I will be definitely supporting this piece of legislation. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, sir.